If you're thinking about moving to Cocoa Beach or Cape Canaveral, here is your complete local guide from someone who's lived on the Space Coast for the last decade.
I'm gonna show you what life here is really like. The beaches, rocket launches, local spots, neighborhoods, and everything you need to know before calling this place home. We're right here on Florida's East Coast in Brevard County, the northern end of what's called the Space Coast, just south of Kennedy Space Center and about an hour east of Orlando. South of here, you'll get to know Satellite Beach, Indian Harbor Beach, Indialantic, and Melbourne Beach.
Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral sit on this narrow barrier island, the Atlantic Ocean on one side, the Banana River on the other.
Which means sunrise over the ocean and sunset over the river every single day.
This area is like nowhere else in Florida.
You've got rocket launches lighting up the sky, cruise ships sailing out of Port Canaveral, surfers in the water, live music, and still this easygoing small town coastal feel.
Cocoa Beach has that classic surf town energy, colorful, a little quirky, and totally laid back.
Cape Canaveral just north is a bit quieter and more residential. It's close to everything, but a little bit further away from the crowds. These two areas are the most tourist-heavy spots on the Space Coast. High season is from January to May, when it's the busiest and all the snowbirds are coming down from up north.
This is one of those places where your weekends kind of plan themselves.
You can surf or paddle in the morning, grab lunch at a beach bar, cruise the river in the afternoon, or go golfing, and still catch a rocket launch at sunset. The beaches here are wide, clean, and easy to access. Jetty Park in Cape Canaveral is a favorite. You can camp, fish, or just watch the cruise ships head out. Down in Cocoa Beach, you've got Laurie Wilson Park, the pier, and of course, the world-famous Ron Jon Surf Shop, open 24/7.
And if you like to fish, there's plenty of charter boats that'll take you out of Port Canaveral and right offshore. And if you surf, you're in the right place. Cocoa Beach is the hometown of world champion surfer Kelly Slater and still the heart of Florida's surf scene.
This is what drew me to the area initially. The water is warm, it's all sand bottom, and there's so much beach to go around that you can always score a session alone. Pro tip, use the Surfline app to see the wind and wave forecast to know which days and times to target. Beyond the beaches, there's an awesome community calendar here. All year long, Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach pack in fun local events that really define the vibe. Every October, you've got the Hit Songwriters Fest, national artists performing all over downtown Cocoa Beach in intimate venues. Then there's the Port Canaveral Seafood and Music Festival, where you can sample local seafood while listening to live bands right by the water. And if you love adrenaline, check out the Cocoa Beach Air Show, jets, stunt planes, and flyovers right above the ocean. There's also the Space Coast Superboat Grand Prix, which is right offshore with Class 1 speedboats reaching 175 miles an hour.
And hands down, one of the coolest local traditions, surfing Santas on Christmas Eve.
Hundreds of people dress up as Santa and all surf together. It's fun, it's weird, and it's so perfectly Cocoa Beach. You'll also see regular live music nights, art walks, and community parties downtown, plus events like Sip and Stroll around Halloween and monthly outdoor markets.
So when you live here, there's always something happening, so you'll really feel like part of the community. One of the best parts about living here is the food scene.
Casual, fresh, and often right on the water. In Cape Canaveral, Grills at the Port is a must-try. Seafood, live music, and you can literally watch the cruise ships head out. Rising Tide Tap and Table and fish lips are awesome too. In Cocoa Beach, locals love the Tiny Turtle for island-style tacos, Juice and Java for coffee, Surfinista, and Simply Delicious for brunch. If you want the perfect sunset cocktail, Coconuts on the Beach never disappoints.
This area is built for being outside.
You'll see people biking along A1A, running the causeways, paddling the Banana River, or playing volleyball on the beach. The river is full of dolphins and manatees, and the flat terrain makes it perfect for running or biking year-round. There are pickleball courts, yoga studios, and beachside fitness groups, or honestly, just grab your board and get in the water. There's also mini golf, regular golf, a ropes course, and a skate park.
Cape Canaveral tends to have newer condo buildings and townhome communities.
While Cocoa Beach has more of those classic mid-century homes and canal front properties where you can keep your boat. You'll find options for every budget, and compared to a lot of Florida's coastal markets, prices here are still super reasonable. The barrier island is as skinny as 500 feet in South Cocoa Beach and as much as a mile and a half up in Cape Canaveral. So no matter what, every property is a short walk away to either the ocean or the river.
Expect warm, sunny weather most of the year. Temperatures usually 70 to 80.
The summers get hot and humid, obviously, but the ocean breezes definitely help. Hurricane season runs June through November, but this part of the coast has historically been spared the worst of it. Most homes have shutters or impact windows, new builds are super storm resilient, and pretty much everything was built with concrete block construction, which also helps. In addition, they're really good at maintaining and renourishing the beaches here, which even further decreases the likelihood of damage from storms. So that's basically everything you need to know about Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach, two towns that perfectly blend small town coastal living with space age excitement and surf town energy.
If you're curious about moving to this part of Florida or just want to learn more about life here on the Space Coast, drop a comment or grab my contact info in the description. I'd love to help you find your spot here in paradise.